We're coaching. Yep. Hi, Internet. We're live on all the social medias, and we're going to be looking at some replays today. I have over 4,000 hours in Rocket League. I'm a peak Grand Champ 3 player, which is like top 20,000 in North America. So I am good at Rocket League, and I'm going to try to help. I like to help people. I like to teach. So we're in the Discord right now, and we're going to take a look at some replays as we normally do. I'm in here every Monday night. We actually had a session earlier this morning. I went over some announcements in that session about changes to VIP that are coming, changes to the community, changes to all that stuff. So if you're interested in like the Clubhouse community, this is mostly for people watching that are in the Discord right now. Take a look. Watch the replay from earlier today. It's on all platforms, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you like to watch streams. Go check that out. There's some updates there, but we're just going to get into some replays for today. Now, normally I've been working on my punctuality, so I have this timer here. Welcome into the stream, everybody. What's up, McFalfin and Davstar and everybody else on YouTube? So I have this little button here, and normally I've been trying to keep every replay to 6 minutes, but since we have 3 replays in the queue, I might extend the time that I give y'all and just kind of go from there. So that's the plan. We're gonna check out some replays today. I'm really excited. Let's get some music going. I've been in kind of like a synthwave kick, so that's what we're vibing with. We've got Sub, aka Joe. I hope you don't mind that. Castfire, and then Monk in the queue. I'll download your replays right now, and we'll get this started. Any questions on how these events usually work?
No questions.
Cool. It's pretty much open discussion, so if you have like anything, questions you want to pause, just give a shout. It's kind of like a small classroom environment, so I want to make sure y'all are learning, and yeah, this will be fun. What's up, Logetown? Welcome in the Monk. Monk, you're in the Discord. He said hello on Twitch as well.
Congrats on 500K, by the way.
Thank you, Froz. Thank you. I was really excited.
Yeah.
Big shout out. I made a post this morning, if you didn't see it, y'all, on the free Discord, and I made a post on my Instagram yesterday, because technically we hit last night. I have to give a big thanks to all the editors on the team. Merch, Tornado, Buck, Iram, Merc, to name a few. But perhaps the biggest shout out to Camille, the video guy. Whenever I make jokes in videos, I go, Camille, the video guy, do this, and then I'll add an explosion or something. He's amazing. We've been working together for over 4 years, and I gotta say, almost every major project you have seen on the channel, 200 mistakes video, the air roll system, every like tutorial, like many of the tutorials, I would say Camille has been the unsung hero of my YouTube channel. We've been working together for 4 years. I want to say he's been working with me since we were at 100K. Man, he's incredible. He's incredible. I have to give a big shout out to Merch and Buck too, because each of them edited for around 2 years with me, and they still come in and do projects here and there. Merch, incredible. Buck, incredible, both in their own rights. And so, yeah, I mean, I get the credit, but on you publicly, but really these guys deserve the praise. They're incredible. They're really incredible. So I made a post in the free Discord anyway, thanking them. And I also said, do not DM Camille for editing commissions. I will fight you. And I actually want to change that. I feel like that's a little harsh. I will cut you. So, yeah. Don't say anything to Camille. Camille is mine. All right. Let's check out some replays, y'all. I appreciate the praise. It's just a milestone. Somebody asked, like, is that a big deal for you? And I would say, like, no, it's not necessarily a big deal in so much that it is just kind of like a milestone. I used to care much more about views. I'm more in a place now where I care about, I've talked about this on my IRL channel quite a bit, but really these days we're optimizing more for impact, right? And I care less if a video gets 5,000 views or 10,000 views if it's something that I think can help teach Rocket League or make it interesting or help you guys in some unique way. So I am very excited that we're at 500K. It doesn't mean that much to me in so far as it's just a milestone, right? But I do appreciate each and every one of you who watch, and so it's a big deal. So thank you for 500K. Thank you all. Living the dream. I'm so blessed to be able to do what we do and to have a team now of pros that do what we do and to teach, to run these classes, to do one-on-one coaching, all the stuff. I mean, I'm incredibly blessed. What can I say? Let's check out some replays. We're gonna start with Sub Yeoman, aka Joe. I got this fancy new overlay. If you're watching on stream right now, Sub, what's your rank in MMR? We can now put those down.
This is C2. This replay.
Cool. So something like 1200 MMR.
I don't know the MMR.
That's fine.
The thing that tells you the number.
Is it fun game or is this a game from last week? Is this the right game?
Yeah, I think
One?
we reviewed this before. I might have accidentally sent the wrong one, but it's still good. I mean, we only ever get a minute in before you go to the next person, so we could probably start at like a minute in and it'll be a whole new replay.
Yeah, why don't we just start? Yeah, I remember that shot. You had a good shot there. I'll just start from like halfway through, if that's all right.
Yep.
I am new to Diamond 1 and happy to be here.
I've been doing a lot of like practice in.
By the way, Spook, you're not streaming on Discord.
For sure, appreciate that. Let me fix that for you.
One question though, what are you picking up from my mic? I see that my mic is going off when you were talking.
I didn't hear anything. I'll let you know if it's a problem though. Appreciate that. So far, so good. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the shout. Can you see my overlay on?
Yes, I can
see. Nice. Shout out Kaz. Kaz, man.
Not on Discord. Not on Discord. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, on Discord you
your
probably can't.
notes
on Twitch.
On Twitch you can see it. I have this.
There's an easy fix for that. You're taking notes on OBS.
Yes. Well, it's kind of an overlay. You can see my webcam. I mean, I can turn on virtual webcam if y'all want. I found that it doesn't work as well.
That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, I can try it. I have tried this before. We can give it a shot. Let me know if this works. I mean, I've done this system before, but for some reason, people say the quality of the share isn't as good. What I think you're explaining is if I turn on webcam here, now my webcam is my OBS. So you can see like all the chat and stuff. So yeah, in theory, this is better. Sometimes the chat stream quality isn't as good, but
it's getting a weird color effect on your camera. So
I can fix that. That's not hard to fix. That's that just comes from me needing to refresh. But I can fix that. So that's fixed. But sometimes when I use this webcam feature, we can try it. We'll use webcam right now, guys, so you can see exactly what my Twitch chat sees. Can you hear music too? Can you hear music or no? Do you hear sound?
No, I don't hear no music.
Okay, so the webcam kills the sound. Can you hear even Rocket League sound here if Rocket League's playing?
No.
No, there's no sound.
No, but my bad.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to try it because like there's trade-offs. Like you can see, I guess I could enable both options for you, but I think it's probably less confusing if I just do the screen share. Because at least screen share, you can hear my Rocket League audio, right?
Yes.
You can hear Rocket League audio. Okay, we'll stick with this. I do like the virtual webcam feature. It is kind of clever, but yeah, we'll stick with this. Okay, we'll watch from here. All right, Sub, aka Joe. How can I help? Champ 2, 2v2, yeah?
That is correct.
Cool.
So I think this game is just a game that I felt decent about, so I saved it. I think a lot of the time it's just rotation, reading where my teammates are going and supporting them correctly. So just whatever advice you have, I'm sure we'll figure it out. I've been working a lot more lately on mechanics and trying to get better in trainers and workshop max and stuff like that. So I haven't played quite as many games as I normally do. That's why I'm rehashing this half of the replay, but
that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll make use of it. Yeah, so you said you're working on mechanics. You don't speed flip typically, do you?
I do when I'm kicking off. But I don't find myself doing it very often, like around the pitch as much.
Yeah, I'm just noticing watching gameplay that most of these are front flips. Speed flip is the most efficient to get to supersonic if you're going to use any boost. It's the most flexible flip. Because when you front flip, you can use boost at the start of the flip, but once your car passes this point and it's facing back, now you can't use boost anymore. So you might have found ways to work around this, but I would advise that you use speed flips. Like, all your flips around the field to cover ground right now are front flips, and I would suggest you use more speed flips in general.
Okay.
That's why when folks ask, like, hey, should I don't need speed flips. I just do front flip kickoffs and they work fine. And I'm like, okay, that's valid, but most of the reason we use speed flips is not kickoffs. It's actually every other flip that you're using in Rocket League. You probably use it more outside kickoffs than you do on kickoffs. So just an instructive thing for you. So I like your movement back here. You're letting your teammate cut in as you move back here. Once your teammate moves back, I would have probably cut in here. As you see your teammate move back, somebody should assume the role of pressuring him, and both of you go back for longer than I would have liked. So when we're moving back here, you're supporting your teammate. Here, your teammate's on it. Can't go. Now my teammate's leaving. It's very clear that he's leaving, right? I would assume that you should move forward. It'll keep the flow of your rotation nicer. You kind of see this?
Yes.
So this is a moment where I would have been moving more aggressively. You continue to move back, which is fine, but now your teammate's going to have to cut in front of you because you're not going. And I think this makes your rotation as a team much more awkward. Now you're both stacked up in the corner. You end up getting away with it, but I wouldn't advise doing that consistently. Cameron says, love the content. Think about getting some coaching. Cool. Appreciate it, Cameron. So as you move here and you're supporting your teammate, it's very important that we're moving in sync with our teammate and we're not getting ahead of the play. I notice you move across to the midfield. Are you trying to demo this guy, or are you moving in for a pass?
I'm probably getting into position to support more than anything.
Okay.
I may have recognized that the play was coming across the goal, so I thought, well, if this guy kind of muffs the clear, I might be able to just sink it.
Yeah, I can understand that it looks like this play is going to the right. I would still not suggest in Rocket League you ever move ahead of the play like this. Because what you're saying is, I see two players over here. The ball must surely come all the way over here. Time to go over there, right? And cut it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what can happen between the ball coming across the field here is, for example, their second man coming across. Like, who are you to say that in this position, this guy wouldn't cut off his teammate? Or like, what if your teammate demoed this guy? Then this guy would have to go, and then the ball would end up on the left side of the field. So you're basically saying, I'm going to predict the ball's coming over here, and this is the only ball I'm playing. Do you see how hard committing your car is to that play? Like,
Yes.
you're like, this play better come to me, right? And even when it does, you're not in a good position, because when we move to the play, when we move to a position faster than the play is there, we end up sitting. Like, we get here and we're like, well, the ball's not here yet. Time to turn around. And this is really suboptimal for just challenging and contesting in general. So what we want to be doing in Rocket League is we want to be positioning flexibly behind and supporting our teammates. So like here, I would have been 3 car lengths behind where you are right now. And then eventually I would have been moving over into the same position you moved over into. But when I did it, I would not be over by the wall here. I would have been like contesting facing that way. Now, if you do want a full run across the field and you're just like, I really think they're going to take it to me, and I'm not scared at all that they ever move the ball into the midfield, then I think the most effective play in that position would be to take corner boost. But in general, I don't love this strategy, because you're basically saying, I hope you take the ball to me. And what a good player will do is they will see that you're full committing, and they will change their play. Like, if this guy's better, he will see that you're all the way across the field, and he will make one touch, jump down, and take it to the midfield, rather than taking it to you. But he might not have the mechanics to do that, so that's fine. Do you get what I mean, though, of like supporting your teammate flexibly?
Yes.
Hey, we got a raid from Darth Doobie. Thank you, Darth Doobie, and 15 folks who came in. Hi, Cesspool Badger. Appreciate the raid. But yeah, any questions on how supporting your teammate flexibly here, Joe or anybody else? Cool. So we're gonna move across.
Sorry, you were speaking about the front flip, and the speed flip is a better option. But between front flips and wave dashes, what's preferable?
Yeah. So a question like that is, I like where your question is going. I'm gonna add just a little extra explanation because I want to help you. A question like that is a little bit too vague. What I don't mean is speed flips are good and front flips are bad. Speed flips have use, front flips have use. I was saying when we're covering ground on the field, the more efficient way to do it is with a speed flip. Okay? So a wave dash has a different application. A wave dash is most commonly used when moving from wall to ground, and sometimes when trying to delay your speed boost. But I would say a wave dash is a tool much different than a front flip or a speed flip. So it's a different tool for a different situation. That's like saying, should I use a hammer or should I use a wrench? Does that make sense? And what I'm asking is, well, what's the job? Does that make sense? Whereas a speed flip and a front flip is much more of like a car to a horse. In terms of, or like a car to a bicycle. Are these analogies clocking?
Yeah.
They
Perfect.
are? Okay, cool.
My bad. Sorry for interrupting.
Hyper Tiggy says, dumb question, but how do we get in this coaching stuff? There's a link in the description, 30-day free trial. Yep. Cancel anytime, you won't be charged. I think it's less than $1 a day after that. All right, we'll keep watching. So you're going to move across the field here then, Joe, which is fine. So you anticipate I'm going to move back to this position here. We're going to get a challenge. This challenge is okay. I would love for you to be full flipping into this challenge. If you're going to try to win this challenge, Jumping is fine. You lose the ball back to your teammate, but you're going to move back here. Yeah, so here's where speed flips would be significantly more effective. What we should be doing here is we should be grabbing this 12 pad, then using the boost, and then flipping. We shouldn't be flipping left here. It's more efficient to move, grab that pad, then use the pad and the speed flip to get to supersonic together. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Ideally, that landing is also a wave dash if you're going to jump and hit the ball like this. Jump, nice, wave dash down. And if you do this right, if you wave dash and speed flip, you should be supersonic moving across the midfield. But since we don't use those recovery mechanics, we're going to be second to the ball, which is fine. Now you have to move back. And the better way is to grab pads and then use your speed flip. Happen here. So you're playing back wall, which is good. He loses his touch. We should jump, wave dash down, and then go for the ball. I think we just messed up our wave dash here. Was this trying to be a wave dash? And then we try to flip?
That was just trying to be a block. I just missed it by a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm registering here after this touch is he lost the ball. Once his car is facing like this, he's on the wrong side of the ball. If anybody's ever faced like this, I'm like, okay, at a champ level at least, I'm like, he's got nothing left. So I'm jumping down, wave dashing, and playing the ball, assuming his play is dead. It's done. So you're playing a block when his touch was done.
I think. Even though his teammate doesn't make it there at the time, it looked like he might be coming. So.
Yeah, I guess that is tough. Either way, you play ball. I would say play ball is the safest way, as opposed to playing block. The ball's moving away from his teammate, so it's going to be very challenging for a teammate to shoot here. I mean, if we watch at full speed. I can understand the concern, though. Yeah, we should just play ball. Supporting teammate here. This is much better positioning. This is how I like for you to support. When there's a challenge happen, you even move a little bit too much to the midfield, but you correct back here. When our teammate and the opponent are taking a 50-50 in the corner, we want to be supporting our teammate facing the play. Not running to midfield and assuming the ball's going to come there, but supporting our teammate, which is you do well. So that's much better. You can try to cut that play off. It's very challenging, so I don't mind shadowing in that position, which you do well. So I would say a big improvement that you can make in your gameplay, Joe, is consistently using the fundamental recovery mechanics. You rely a lot on... it's challenging because your recoveries are a little bit slower, because you're not consistently using the speed flip, and you're not consistently wave dashing in every opportunity. Your touches have to be so much more meaningful because you can't get back from them. So you have basically less room for error. Like here, when we look for that demo and we end up on the wall, jump, wave dash down, right? Like always jump, wave dash down. No reason not to. I want to see the consistent use of those recovery mechanics. That makes sense?
Yes.
Cool. This ball is going back here. Yep, please.
Oh, I was just going to say 90% of the things that you tell me to do, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have the mechanics for that. But I can wave dash and I can speed flip, so I feel like that's a really good thing that I can work on right away without worrying about having to learn the mechanic for it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. It's funny. I get what you're saying, because if Zen coached me, his first instructions would be, Luke, your mechanics suck. Right, so it's like that's right. What like a cracked mechanical player, like anybody who has better mechanics would say your mechanics need to be better. But I can empathize, like, yeah, like that's in your bag, you should use it. We'll do a minute or two more. We might be able to get to the end of this replay. Here, as we're moving back, this touch needs to be much more relaxed, much more controlled. These guys are moving at you, yes, so I can understand you're a little bit scared here. The most important thing, though, is that we just control the ball, right? Most important thing is that we keep the ball in our possession. This touch it could be worse. It could recenter the ball right to the middle, so it's good that you didn't do that. But this touch could also be a lot more controlled. This doesn't need to be a jump and a flip hitting the ball into the wall. This can be catching the ball. Like, just let it bounce again and catch it. This can be jump, hit it, and then use your flip after you hit the ball, or don't use your flip at all. It can be jump and just push the ball to the wall slowly. We don't want to be making these hard touches that give the ball away to the opponents. Even though this is a touch that at least moved it away from the middle, they're going to be able to go up the wall and do something here. We don't want to be giving the opponents the ball in this way. We want to be keeping the ball close to us. That's going to buy you the most time. That make sense?
Yes, and I think I kind of knew that at the time, but I think I was probably paranoid, because sometimes I'll try to catch the ball there, like along the ground, and just control it, like with ground play. And about once every 5 times I try that, I completely miss, and then it rolls into the goal and I feel like an idiot. So I felt like I wasn't completely comfortable, so I just kind of jumped at the last minute and figured any touch is better than no touch and letting it roll into the goal.
Yeah. This was much better. Jump, hit the ball into the corner. At least you didn't flip into it, so they didn't have as much of a scoring opportunity immediately after. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, so consistent recoveries are going to be key for you. Like jump, wave dash down here. We're just a little uncomfortable with our recoveries, and it's making you slower. Moving forward is okay. I don't love moving forward. I don't hate it either. Once he hits it high, you can turn back safely, which is good. Teammate misses, so yeah, you just have to YOLO and clear it. Good job. Grab boost on the right, probably. I wouldn't grab corner. I would grab his. When he hit that ball there, this is moving enough. I know this is kind of a hard read, but this is moving enough to the corner that it's unscorable. So if this ball goes to the corner and your teammate goes back and you take mid, you're going to shut down their offense much better. That it might be a little overzealous to tell you that. You didn't go for a bad play, but I do think you missed an opportunity to shut them down. Like, you can just leave boost and leave ball and take their half. Does that make sense? Like, that's how you punish a heavy touch.
I feel like sometimes the way the game's going will dictate that for me. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but like if we were down by 1 with like 30 seconds left, I feel like I would have done something like that. But being up by 2, like I'm being really safe and just always rotating back just in case.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, that's fine. I think in that specific case, taking his half is mostly better and leaving the ball for your teammate, but I can understand where your mind's at with like, okay, I'm just going to play. I don't think it's bad to be thinking that way in a position like that. So here you're supporting your teammate well. The ball goes to the left. He gets a save. And what I want to see you do here is this guy's landing. He's going to go this way. The opponent is landing. The opponent's going to go to the ball. Your teammate's landing. Your teammate's going to go to the ball. But what you do is, once again, maybe you thought that was a throwaway touch. I don't know. It's clear to me that he's still going for the ball. But what you do is you just assume the center position, like hit me, right?
Yeah.
But you're not supporting your teammate. So when the ball goes around your teammate, like you should have been behind your teammate supporting. I don't know if you would have been able to go, but this is the general idea with like continue supporting your teammate flexibly, stay behind the ball rather than running to the midfield, assuming the pass is coming and then it doesn't come. And now you're going full back and really awkward while they give you the ball. So, oh, your teammate left. Yeah, I think you leave ball for teammate here, assuming that he's going to go, but he's going full back that way.
Yeah, as soon as I see him going for Booth, I kind of panic back. But...
Yeah, good job. Good job adjusting. Ball's going to go up. At least touch around one. It's okay. Good bump. Teammate's going to get ball. You're going to get boost. Probably move back. I wouldn't move under. Move back. There's no play under. There's no play down there. You need to get back. He's going to jump up and save it. You need to get back in shooting position if he gives you the ball. Right? Moving under is bad. It puts you on the wrong side of the ball. It delays your... Yeah, it makes all these touches more difficult. You're going to land, jump up, go for a 50, move back. This is fine. Grab boost. You should have this. Catch it to the side. Nice. I would... dribble's fine. Yeah, they just leave it... okay, they just leave it open. Yeah, cool. Good dribble. It's a little confusing to me because I don't like this insta flick, but he just went and grabbed the boost. So I mean, I guess that was the best flick ever. So it worked. Good job. Teammate goes for a ball. You're moving back left. You might have a beat. I don't love turning off ball cam. Why are we turning off ball cam? To line yourself up?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't love that as a practice. I wouldn't recommend getting used to that. Because you turn off ball cam and you can't... You're not adjusting your challenge based on the opponent. You're adjusting your challenge based on how do I make sure I don't miss. Which is like... I mean, I guess it's better than missing, for sure. But you're really capping your potential, I think, when you like just say I'm not going to look at the opponent. Nice beat. Good finish. Nice. That's a replay. Joe, questions?
No, I feel like I got some good things to work on, especially with the recovery mechanics.
Cool. Yeah, I think implementing recoveries into your gameplay is going to be an easy fix. But long term, continuing developing your confidence with mechanics. I think you play the game right now in a way that works, certainly for your play style. However, I would encourage you that it totally depends on what your goal is, actually. So I'm assuming you have the same goal as I have, but actually, it depends. What is your main goal right now?
I mean, my short-term goal is I'm trying to learn directional air roll so that I can expand on that and have mechanics that aren't horrible. But that's a long time coming. Once I get that, I feel like I can start addressing other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that you could directional air roll is definitely something that you need to pull. I would say the things we identified today are even sooner. You could bump those up in priority. Like using the mechanics you already have is certainly going to be a faster road to improvement, like you identified.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would even just say in like the way that how should I say this? If your goal is the longest term improvement, you would play slightly differently than I've seen you play. And I only say this because I look at your replays very consistently. If your goal is the most long-term improvement, then you would abandon some of the crutches that you play with, knowing that it will make you worse today but better later. Does that make sense?
What would be an example? Like one example of a crutch that you see me using that would make me worse in the short term?
Yeah, I would have done that, Luke, but 1 in 5 times I missed the catch, so I just didn't go for the catch at all. Like, what that idea communicated to me was, Luke, I understand that there's a better play, but because I'm not consistent or confident with doing that better play, I decided not to use it. But it's like, okay, fair, valid. You have a tournament this weekend. You want to win this weekend. Got it. Play the thing that's most consistent, the highest percentage shot for you. But if your goal is long-term improvement, then you would put you would put yourself in situations where you know you would fail with the ultimate goal of like, this failure will make me better, rather than avoiding taking the action to avoid the failure. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I guess my mindset would be, let me get in a trainer and do like 100 catches in a row, like air to ground catches, and work on it until I get better, and then I try to make it work in game.
Yeah, totally. That's a valid approach. It's a valid approach. I would say it certainly compromises on rate of improvement, but if you do have, like, if your current rank is important to you, then and your current performance is important to you, then I totally understand. Then that is a more balanced way to go about it, for sure. Yeah. Just floating that thought process gently your way, because I have a slightly different way that I approach the game, and it's not saying your way is wrong. It's just saying we have different goals, right?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I mean, maybe that's what I need to change, is just start taking more chances and more risks in game and competitive situations in an effort to iron out those kinks and get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say if your goal is the maximum rate of improvement and you don't care about feeling bad or feeling embarrassed that you messed up something that you thought you should have hit, and you just care about improving and you don't care about, let's say, what you think of yourself or what people think of you, then that putting yourself in positions to fail is going to be the fastest way to improve. But I trust me, I know what this is like, because I get comments in the stream chat all the time that are like, Luke, you're peak GC3, but you're GC1 right now, or you're GC2 right now. Why are you so much like whatever? And I have to understand that what they want from me is for me to be the highest rank or whatever. And what I care about most is I care most about my improvement. And so I'm in a season right now where I'm just trying to improve as much as I can. And I'm conscious that means I'm going to try things in game. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to feel embarrassed. I'm going to do stupid stuff on stream, and my rank's going to go down, but that ultimately I'll become a better player, and in the long run I'll be better for it. So, and I say all that to say it's really hard, because I look at those chats and I go, they're right. I should play more patient. I should not push myself in games. I should only go for high percentage plays that I'm super consistent with, et cetera, et cetera. But that isn't the best way to optimize my improvement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not giving the trolls something to make fun of you about is definitely something on my mind, and maybe it shouldn't be, but like, there's nothing worse than going for something, like completely missing it, like ruining the game, and then, you know, like, then you get a bunch of crap, and, you know, like, I don't feel like listening to it, so, and I know they're right.
Yeah, so I think that means that you're operating with a worldview that's correct to your goals. You say there's nothing worse to going for something and missing and being trolled. I'd say there's nothing worse than not going for the shot, not being trolled, but realizing that I'm improving slower than I could because I care about what other people who don't know me say about me online.
Yeah.
So it's just a change of perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever, you know, you're a self-aware guy, like whatever is most applicable to you. I appreciate you sending a replay. We'll go next.
Thank you.
Yep. Nathan says, I appreciate your effort in Rocket League education. I learned most of what I know from your tutorial and videos. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. All right, we'll check out Casper and then Monk. Casper, you with me? Casper.
Yes, I am.
Is it Cast Fire or Cast Fur? I've been saying Cast.
Cast Fire.
Okay, my bad. Cast Fire.
No, you're good.
How you doing, my man? What's your current rank? What are we watching?
Doing good. My current rank is Plat 3. I'm right now 801 MMR, but in this replay I was 820.
Okay.
So I was really close to Diamond, but the next match after this one, unfortunately, just didn't win.
Cool. We'll check it out. All right. How can I help?
I want you to tell me what I'm doing right and what you see. I'm like, what could I do to improve? Because whatever I did here was good enough to get me to the end, but not all the way.
Mm. This looked like a speed flip to me.
I have been trying to get speed flips down.
Okay, that's a side
even
dodge.
if I do miss them. It's a side dodge, yeah.
Good shot.
I know how speed flips work. Like, at least. To the very least.
That I can't tell whether it's a speed flip or side dodge because I'm not used to this car. What car is this?
This is the Senna McLaren.
Cool. Grab boost here. Playing a shot. Yeah, here we just brake tap. This is just mechanical execution. We just need to keep driving here as we take off. You brake tapped and then try to take off and it just slowed you down. Keep driving. Boost into the takeoff. It's fine. Ball goes behind you. We're going to see you half flip. Not perfectly clean half flip. I'd love to see this more consistent. You flip here and then you end up facing at your back wall. But obviously we want to be facing forward at the ball more.
Yeah.
Gonna catch the ball here. We get a very heavy first touch. So this ball is in quite an awkward position. You can just let it fall. When we do get a heavy first touch, we can no longer play a cut. So here, the ball's falling. You really don't have much to create. This guy's power sliding up the back wall. He's facing very far back. This guy's flipping very far back. The entire defense is kind of passive here. So we want this first touch to be... I mean, what I would do here is I would do ground to air dribble. That might not be in your kit. But ideally...
I was trying to get into a ground dribble. I just didn't reach it in time. It rolled off.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think a ground dribble is fine. I think best play is letting this ball bounce, and as it rises, hitting it on the up bounce, double jumping, and taking it into an air dribble, and trying to carry it across the field. I think that's the best play when they get you space. Doing a ground dribble is also fine. This first touch just has to ideally be softer and more out to the midfield. Whenever somebody's guarding you, you want your first touch to be away from the opponent. So the more forward you make this at the opponent, the less time you're going to have. I like to get on the left side of this ball and take this ball to the midfield. That way, when I do make the cut, he has to cover more ground to come get to me, rather than me bringing the ball to him.
Okay.
But nevertheless, when you make this heavy first touch, your play needs to adapt. You need to go, shit, I fucked up. Get behind the ball 50-50. You can't keep playing the dribble plan in your mind. The dribble plan is no longer a good plan. Right? He's there. Players get stuck with this a lot in Rocket League. They make a plan, and then they're like, I'm going to see this plan out no matter what. Which is a bad way to play.
I do want to let you know that this is a diamond lobby right now. Everyone in Valkyrie are all diamonds.
Okay, cool. So Valkyrie gets a good cut here. I would be turning. I would be doing a 180, 2 taps of power slide, and using all my boosts to speed flip and chase this ball. This ball looks like it's in. But if it doesn't go in, what's going to happen is it's going to bounce off the crossbar. I'm just imagining what could happen if he doesn't get a save. And I would hate for this ball to bounce off the crossbar and us to not get a goal.
Okay.
Or he makes a save. Either of these. We want to be playing the ball aggressively here. I would not leave this ball.
Okay.
Certainly not in a plat lobby. I'm not banking on him making a save. I want to be ready in the midfield. You end up going to a position where you're strong. This is not the best touch, but it works. And you almost get a goal out of this. So continue to play the ball there. Like, don't full leave the ball.
Okay.
I would continue to play the ball probably. Then what ends up happening is when he gets this clear to the corner, if he does get a clear to the corner, you go take his corner boost. All right.
Okay.
Here we need to slow way down. So when this ball comes to the middle here, nobody's challenging you, right? We have to ask ourselves these questions. I think this will help you a lot, Castfire. When the ball is coming at us and we're feeling overwhelmed, we have to ask ourselves the question, where is the defense? And in this position, nobody's challenging you. I think if you shoot immediately at him, he's probably going to get a block. But if you just pause here, catch the ball and dribble, they're going to be very uncomfortable. But you go for, I think, some sort of shot here that ends up turning into a double tap.
I went for a pass. I wanted to, it was intentional to send it to him.
That was intentional?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
I wanted to give him a kind of pass. Because if it went straight towards the ball, he would have saved it. So I wanted it to bounce off of me towards him.
All right, fair play. Good passing. I would have said control this ball. It looked to me like you were shooting, and I would say control this ball and potentially pass or shoot after you slow it down. But if you can do this fast control play consistently, just like that, and do that pass just like that every time, then yeah, just do that.
Yeah, I did it the match before and the match after this one.
Yeah.
Fortunate miss.
Yeah, so we're moving back here. Luckily, he cuts his teammate off. He's taking it the wrong way. He plays a bad touch to the wall. I think we're first. Yeah, speed flip here. Go chase this ball. You're first. And if you're not first, you can dunk this guy before he starts his air dribble. You're close enough to the point where you should chase this. Maybe you don't know that's about to go up. This bounce it's a little tricky to read. If you think it's coming middle, you might be scared. Not sure. But you kind of just play passive here and just let him take an air dribble, which I wouldn't recommend doing. He immediately went for a shot, so you get a save. Once again, I wouldn't be touching it in the way that I'd say like almost every touch I've seen has been a bang from you. Like even the touch that you wanted to dribble went too farther away from you than you wanted it to go. So like here, the strength of my touches, and this is also a skills thing, question mark, it could be a skills thing. I'm always basing the strength of my touches about where I see the defense. And when I see this guy flying onto my back wall and one guy back at half field, I'm catching this, dropping it down in front of my net, and then starting a dribble. If you're not confident with that skill set, you could just jump and clear it across, but I certainly wouldn't flip into the clear, because the flip full commits you and sends the ball as fast as it can off the wall back to the midfield in a position where you can't do anything about it, which I wouldn't recommend you do. You have to catch back up on it, but frankly, you should be dusted. Like, Blue should not let you go first here.
Yeah.
So when we see our opponents not covering in front of us, when we see our opponents back more, we want our touches to be softer away from them. We don't want to slam the ball and potentially recenter the ball to them.
Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate the comment, Barry. I'll respond in a second. Focus on Castfire for a second. So we're supporting our teammate here. We're running right under the ball. I think most of this movement is just a little panicky. Just look at the defense here. Once again, because you're positioning under the ball, your vision kind of sucks. I would be just 2 paces behind your teammate. I position like this behind my teammates in GC3, GC2. I wouldn't even position this close to a GC1. So I have less trust in my teammate than you do. Like, you're basically blind trusting that nobody's cutting you off at midfield. That blue guy just went off our screen. He could be cutting in at any moment. Here. He could be cutting in, doing a challenge. He doesn't. They both go full back, but when they do go back,
all right.
If you were a little farther back, you would know that here, 2 players. Where are they?
They're all both back in the same corner.
Right. So we want this first touch to be controlled. soft, dribble. We don't want this first touch to be heavy at them. Right? What we're doing is we're very often, Catsfire, hitting the ball as hard as we can. And that's a fine strategy, but it will hold you back from getting through dime. Definitely, it starts to become a problem in Plat. If all you can do is hit ball hard and you can't control ball when you want to, you will basically find yourself just playing ping pong where you slam the ball at them and you hope that they whiff. Right?
Which is fair.
Yeah. Good shot from teammate. You're supporting. Take his boost. Good job taking his boost. Good at trying to play the ball. Yeah, leave. Once you're awkward, leave. Let teammate go. Nice. You have a shot. Good shot. This takeoff was a little rushed, but I'm glad you fixed it. Good shot. Like, even here, you have time. The ball's moving to the left, but you take off here and then you use your dodge to correct, which is nice. Good.
Thank you.
So yeah, the big things are playing too close to the teammate, making every touch heavy, not checking where the opponents are. So we want some touches to be more controlled and soft.
Okay.
Supporting behind your teammate is, I think, a big thing that's going to help you, Castfire. What I'm noticing is when our teammates are taking the ball out of defense, you just assume that they're never going to be challenged. And fair play, at my rank, I might position somewhat like this because it's kind of your teammate's job to not get full dunked. But in Platinum, I mean, I'm not even confident that he can dribble the ball. So I just assume that he could get dunked 50% of the time and he might hit it by him 50% of the time. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, at a high rank, the person with the ball has a significant advantage to the point where you can trust that an SSL with the ball is going to outplay the SSL without the ball 9 out of 10 times. But at Plat, having the ball is almost no buff. Because a Plat can't control the car, their own car. So they're definitely not going to be able to control their car and the ball. So I just say that from a stance of, like, not to insult, but just to hopefully help give you, like, a more holistic
don't
view.
Worry. The amount of Plat games I played with, I've never seen anyone, like, try and ground dribble.
Right.
None of them.
Which is funny because if you look at the YouTube comments, they're like, people are going to hit double resets in Plat, which may or may not be true, but
No, it's not. I've only every game I see one person do a reset, but he did it so poorly he owned gold.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so anyways, the TLDR is when my teammate is controlling the ball in Platinum, I give him no buff. I play as if he could be dunked at any moment. That makes sense?
Okay.
And so what I don't do is I don't run up the field next to him side by side. I position slightly behind him flexibly, ready to cover if he's dunked. I don't, like, run to the midfield and assume that this challenge is never going through, right? I assume that challenge goes through half the time. Cool. My timer just clicked out. Do you have any more questions for me? We got through half this game, Castfire.
What do you like? What are the main things you think I should work on from what you've seen?
Yeah, so the main things you should work on are, 1, correctly identifying when you need to control the ball. So there are times where the opponents are back and you are, I'm not sure, like, because I'm not in your head while you're playing, whether you're not identifying that you need to control the ball, so you just think you need to bang it and you bang it, or whether you correctly identify that you need to control the ball, but you're not controlling the ball for another reason. Maybe lack of skills, maybe lack of confidence, right? It could be any number of things, but identifying moments when the opponents are not challenging you and not throwing them the ball. And number 2, being able to execute in those positions to control the ball. And so that can mean dribbling on the ground. That could also mean, like, making a catch on the backboard and dribbling from there, right? So, like, if the ball does come at me on the backboard here and there's nobody challenging me, I don't want to just hit them the ball.
Okay.
What I want to do in those positions is the ball's coming at me on the backboard. Nobody's challenging me. I go, great, nobody's challenging. Catch, jump, wave dash down. I have the ball. If they ever challenge me here, I'll just flick over them, right? And go score on them. But you need to be more potent. I'd say confident with your mechanics and dribbling, and you're consistent with your touches. So that way, if you do get that touch to the midfield, you're just not immediately getting scored on. Like, I wouldn't recommend you make that touch if you're not confident with it. if you're not confident with playing the ball to the midfield and it's just very scary to do something like that, even this is better. Keeping the ball closer.
Okay.
And not throwing it away all the time. But it's both identifying when you should do that and also having the skills. Capiche?
Alright. Yes, capiche.
That applies to a lot of Platinum players. I would say that's good advice for anybody in Platinum.
Like 90%.
Yeah.
Oh hey, I'm almost out of plot, so I'll soon use this as to my advantage.
Sweet.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck, my man.
Yep.
All right, I think we got one more replay. And I want to respond. Barry said, Luke, you have a very healthy and well-nuanced thought process on how to get better. I only just started playing ranked for real in the last few seasons, and I definitely believe taking shots in competitive situations helps improve you a ton faster. For sure. Pushing your edge helps you improve in Rocket League. But I also am empathetic that it's a goals thing. Like, if your goal is to maximize your performance day of, like, and your ranked performance today, you're going to have a different play style than if you're just trying to improve as a player long run. So I'm not making like judgments on who's right and who's wrong. It's just like what your goals are. And then the only person who's wrong is the person who doesn't get what he wants out of life. What you want out of life is up to you. That's real. All right, let's go next.
Nope, seems to be me.
All right, Monk, how can I help? What's your rank, man? I'm gonna add it on the on the thing.
Probably is the good day one.
It's this one. Okay.
I'm a diamond 180 40.
840.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's check you out, Monk. How can I help?
I want to improve my game sense as a whole. I mean, I need to be able to perceive plays faster.
You need to perceive plays faster. For sure. Are you open to any feedback?
Any.
Okay.
Whatsoever.
Is there a reason you're using these camera settings in specific?
Kevperts.
These are Kevperts. Okay.
Yeah, it's the insane cursed settings from Kevpert where it's too far and too high. But it does help to learn to dribble and bounce dribble. Beginners like.
Really?
Yeah, a lot. Because, for example, for once, I'm able to see behind the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so I totally respect Kevpert. He's more accomplished as a professional coach than I will probably ever hope to be. And he's made some incredible training packs. I would not recommend his camera settings on my worst enemy. I think these are awful. I think this is terrible. I think this is horrible.
Yeah.
So,
I understand the feeling.
I just want to preface with that. Like, mad respect to Kevpert. These camera settings are, in my opinion, awful. So I just want to counter a couple of things.
Sorry, my bad. Also, my monitor is those widescreen ones. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look. At the end of the day, I'm going to give you some advice, and whether or not you take it is totally up to you. Like,
yeah, please do.
How you prefer to play Rocket League is up to you. Like, man, if you love playing Rocket League with a keyboard and mouse, is it slightly worse than playing with a controller? Absolutely. If you love it, more power to you. Do your thing, right? Like, it's kind of this similar thing where it's like, are these camera settings undoubtedly worse? I think anybody who's looked at pro camera settings on Liquipedia would say that 99.9%. I don't think there is a single pro that uses these camera settings. So certainly they're not great, but if they're helping you and they feel good for you and you're doing a certain skill set, I would say that's great. To counter your point of like, my opponent is behind the ball is blocking my view of the opponent, is what you're saying, right? The ball is blocking my view of the opponent. So I have these camera settings and they help me see over the ball and see the opponent on the backfield, right? That's what you're saying. I would tell you that this is more of a dichotomy to be managed rather than a problem to be solved. So it's a balance. When you see that your vision is being blocked by the ball, that's just something that happens in Rocket League. Dribble on an angle so you can see the opponent, right? Or early jump, early flick. Like, that is a problem, certainly. I would say a bigger problem than that, like you can easily compensate for not being able to see the opponent in certain situations once you know how to move your camera and change your angles of dribbles and just respond accordingly. I would say a bigger problem is not being able to make precise touches because I have to squint to see my car. Like you can make more precise touches when your car is more zoomed in. I think that is undoubtedly true. So anyways, I just wanted to give you feedback on that. Big ups, Kevpert.
No. Pretty valid. We'll do that.
Yeah. Once you outgrow these settings, I do think it's one of those things where like I can say with confidence, once you feel like you've gotten the benefit, you should probably get off these settings. You should not be on them forever. If you want to use them for a certain skill or to train your game sense or to get you to just have a different experience, like more power to you. But I just looked at these and I was like, whoa, this is awful. Like, I'm like, how am I making a good controlled first touch? I don't know.
It's like a satellite view, yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I'm like, how am I timing my 50? Like, I can't tell how high up or down my car is when I'm taking a 50. There's so many ways things that are confusing me about. Anyway, I just think it's not a good trade-off. That's just a really long way of saying it. Okay, but we'll watch the game now. Apart from that, it looks like you're speed flipping, so that's cool. Maybe you are. I can't tell from that. Yeah, it looks like a speed flip. Not bad. We're gonna grab boost here. I would turn right, go for ball. Once you see teammate not going, like you're rotating back, rotating back, rotating back. Teammate is turning back to his net. Teammate is not going for some reason. Maybe he's scared that this guy's going. Your teammate is not going. So once your teammate's not going and this guy's not going, then you're up. Turn, go. Right. But you just keep going back.
I have more than enough. Boost, yes.
Yeah.
Full boost.
Yeah, it's full boost, actually. Yeah, you're just a little too slow to register that, and then we're letting them take a shot. Like, it's not their ball. They shouldn't have had that ball in the first place. Chasing this ball is fine. Getting a 50 is okay. At least that goes back to your teammate. Not the best 50, but that's fine. If you want to play that up the wall, that's fine. Unfortunately, teammate takes it. Yeah, so let's talk about running to the midfield. Were you here for our discussion about this? Were you here 20 minutes ago, Monk?
The midfield. If the ball is moving, they're both in the same corner. I should have moved directly.
Yeah.
One has already flipped. The other one I didn't know where he was exactly. Yeah, I should have moved forward. You
shouldn't have moved forward. Sorry, you're cutting out just a bit. What did you say?
I should have moved forward. Sorry.
You should have moved forward. What does moved forward mean in this position? What do you mean?
Direct to the ball. I mean, since it was coming the net direction. I should have the gun direct. Try the shots.
To shoot right now.
Just need to have moved. Yeah, that's my biggest gripe. I usually when I see that I'm gonna be beat the kick, I usually avoid.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with you going for the ball. What I have a problem is your setup and your positioning before that happened. So the problem is right here. So the issue we were discussing earlier, which I think is very important for anybody to understand at Platinum, Diamond, and Champ, is assuming the pass is coming. So there's a 50-50 that's about to happen in the corner. Your teammate is taking the ball forward. You see this?
Yep.
The opponent is about to challenge your teammate in the corner. Okay? So they're going to collide somewhere over in the corner. You agree? Like, I don't know where, but they're going to collide at some point here. Okay, when that collision happens, what you're saying by flipping and running over to here is, I assume my teammate is getting the ball here. I assume that the 50 isn't going to kill, the 50 isn't going to go this way, the 50 isn't going to go that way, the 50 isn't going to go that way. The only option I'm playing is if the 50 goes all the way over here, because that's the only ball I'm going to go get. And that's a very inflexible way to play Rocket League. Do you see the problem here? You're covering one option of 4, and 4 is an gross oversimplification, but hopefully you get the concept here.
I overcommitted way too early.
Yes, you should not be running into the midfield when a 50 is happening here. You should be supporting your teammate flexibly. So instead of running this way, we should be moving up behind our teammate, supporting this challenge here as our teammate moves here. And then if your teammate does get a beat and your teammate gets it past them and then he's passing it to you, okay, move to the middle. But you're putting the cart much before the horse. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we get a touch here. Probably just take this ball back. Wow, these cards are so small. This goes over. We got to contest. I could. It's so hard to see. Like, I was like, oh, wow. He's on my screen again. I didn't even see him come through, but. All right, so the ball comes across here. So when the ball moves into your corner, I think this is a replay glitch. This boost should be here. Go get this boost. You don't want to give this boost away for free. We want to be saving the ball facing this way, not facing this way. Going this way is very awkward. You're in a 1v1 situation. You don't have time to go back this way. I mean, you kind of like, you could move back to the midfield, but going all the way back post, like, you need to guard the shot. You need to guard the center. And the easier way to guard the center is to keep moving with the opponent and face and shadow them. So you don't want to go back post when you're in a 1v1. You want to shadow. Okay. We're going to do some sort of cut here. Don't quite get what we want.
Expect 50.
Yeah, so they get this here. I saw 2 players just go to my left. 1 orange player, 1 blue player just jumped off to the left side of my screen. So 2 blue, there's a teammate that's out and an orange player that's out. And there's 1 orange guy in an unknown position to my right. So what I would be doing here is I would be playing this ball to this side boost in that direction, because I know that's certainly away from the opponent that's on my right, and that also gets it closer to the net. You wait and you start dribbling, which is not bad, but you're just a little slow. Like, here what I would be doing is I would be boosting and using a speed flip to take this ball up the field as quick as possible. So here, boost, speed flip the ball in that direction, in this direction. And you can cut and make a shot, but you're not using flips or anything or any dodges, speed flips, front flips, diagonal flips to accelerate the play. So you just relied on using 36 boosts to just get this ball moving. And then you had no boost to create a play, as well as you're too late. So you need to use dodges to accelerate the play up the field quicker. That makes sense? Does that make sense, Monk?
Yeah.
Sorry, mic cuts out sometimes. But I got you.
Oh, yeah.
I think it is.
I'm following.
Anyways. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah. Once we don't get this touch, that's fine. We need to kind of rotate back. Grabbing this mid boost is a good idea. We do grab this mid boost. Flipping forward there is just, yeah, you're just not seeing that he's going. He's going for the ball here. You just can't do that. We have to watch the opponent. Teammate gets dunked here. You need to jump. In my opinion, you need to jump. Okay, so here's the thing. If orange is better here, he should jump up aerial and score this on your net. You know, more times than he misses. So this is a ball where I think I need to put a hand up. I need to block it, right? I need to play a block. You know your rank better than me, so maybe most diamond ones do just whiff this shot completely. So maybe you don't need to jump because you know they're going to whiff. I would not suggest not going for that ball. Does that make sense? Certainly, yeah, the higher rank you get, you don't want to be doing that. Does that make sense?
Perfect.
So I know it's awkward here, but what we want to be doing, in other words, is when this ball comes to the midfield and you're like, this is going to recenter and there's an orange behind me, you need to jump and you're going to get a touch. Get a touch. It could be left, right, whatever. Just put it in a position where it can't be shot.
Just to move the ball around, yes.
Yes, get it out of your midfield. I mean, but I say all that to say he completely whiffed his shot. They just both double whiffed again. So maybe the better play is just to not go and let them whiff. Like, this is the tricky part about coaching gameplay at ranks where people still whiff the ball more than they hit it. Like, some Rocket League theory applies, but a lot of Rocket League theory goes out of the wall or out the window when people just start missing the ball. It's like, yeah, you should have been there, but if you knew he was going to miss, then I guess you didn't have to be there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so he can't hit an open net, but he can double tap it that close to your net.
Yes.
Seems diamond to me. Yeah, seems about right. Yeah, here we need to be jumping, so like once again, if you are confident that they're gonna miss, don't touch the ball. But here I'm thinking to myself, we gotta go. Like if we just let this ball sit here, this is scoreable. This isn't a scoreable position. So we need to jump, hit the ball up, land on the back wall, and get it out. Or if you don't have the speed to do that, that's fine. Drive up the back wall and then bang it across the field. But we need to definitely play the ball here, not just like let them take another shot. And once again, he just whiffs. So I guess you didn't need to go. But like, we're just letting them shoot opens and, well, frankly, miss opens. But yeah. Leave this ball. You're too delayed here.
I'm still insanely weak with back. I need to work on that a lot.
Yeah. Is this seriously Diamond 1? Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a bad showing. I mean, they've whiffed a lot of opens, but frankly, like, this is a typical Diamond 1 gameplay. This isn't any different than any other Diamond game I've watched. Diamond 1 is not very consistent at all. Like, you'll see, like, players consistently whiff and then, like, get really close to hitting a double. The problem is, this is all you remember. The guy who commented this in chat, you don't remember the 3 whiffs that you had before that. Okay, and so last thing that I will instruct you on, Monk, is we are often overcommitting. So like we're just jumping and putting up blocks when the opponent is clearly first to the ball here, and I would just never do a challenge like this. Like, just don't do a challenge like this. Not recommended, not advised. Okie doke. Okie doke. Your touches are not bad, but at this point we're just repeating the same mistakes that I've coached on earlier. So remember, when our teammate is dribbling the ball up the field, what we don't want to do is run to the midfield and then go sit there and say, "Bring the ball to me, please." We want to be supporting our teammate, and then eventually, if he gets past the midfield, he gets past the corner, and he gets it to the center of the field, you can move into the midfield. But here we're just sprinting to the midfield and then sitting here, and now we're going like, oh, he got stopped. Well, I guess we're going all the way back. You see this? You're not supporting your teammate when you run up the field and full play the pass. Like, only play the pass. That makes sense? That makes sense, Monk? I can't hear you if you're saying
Yeah, sorry. My Amy replying with shorter words, so it seems to be cut. By the voice detection, by the noise reduction.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see if this is better.
Yeah. But I appreciate you submitting a replay, Monk. I've seen you in the Twitch chat for a couple days, so it's cool to see that like you were in the Twitch chat for a week and then now you joined. What made you decide to join the Clubhouse?
As I mentioned, I want to improve, not as fast as I can, but I want to improve regularly.
Yeah.
If I that's my goal. Always.
Cool. I love that. Well, I hope that was helpful. We went over definitely a couple things that you can work on. Any other questions? Anything I can support with?
No, not right now. Thanks a lot. The platform has a lot of features available.
Yeah.
For me to practice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I gave some updates earlier for those of y'all who are just tuning into the coaching session now. The replay at the start of the call, I'm not going to check out any more replays because I'm conscious we're over time. But I appreciate y'all submitting. I'm in here every Monday night. If you're watching on Twitch or wherever, 30-day free trial, link in the chat. Cancel anytime and you won't be charged. Over 15 events a month. I need to go eat and clock out. But on my previous replay, which we will send in the replay recordings, or you can just go on the previous live streams, we went over some updates to the community. You can also check the announcements and cast your vote if you haven't yet, just on some polls that we're doing, trying to make the community better for y'all and the events better. But as always, thanks so much for coming. I hope this was helpful. I will see y'all at the same time, 4:30 every Monday night, and then every other week I'm in here as well at 11:30. So I will see y'all next week at the same time, or in 2 weeks thereafter. Thanks for coming. Happy holidays. Peace, y'all. Peace. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks,
Later,
man.
guys.